This week in gaming, we talk about a battle royale game that's become free on Xbox. Paxton throws a spotlight on a super cool VR rig. I talk about the politics surrounding Division 2. And then we throw the quickies at you. All this and more starting right now. The Darwin Project is a unique last man standing game that was announced for the Xbox back in 2017. It has been a game preview with a price tag for the past few months, but all that changed this week when it became free. Who doesn't like free games? While there are only 10 players competing at once, the Darwin Project is probably the closest video game that resembles the Hunger Games. Not only do you have bows and axes as your only weapons, there's an environmental survival aspect as well as a freaking show director. It is an actual drone controlled by an 11th player who can change the gameplay of each round in huge ways. As show director, you can shrink the map, mess with gravity, make a fighter visible to other players, or even drop a nuke. Again, way more akin to the Hunger Games. As a fighter, survival is much more than just killing everyone else. You have to gather resources and construct items that will keep you from freezing, upgrade your weapons, and even build traps. But the more you construct items, the more clues you'll leave behind for others to track you. And if you don't want to survive on your own, the game recently implemented dual matches, so you can survive with a buddy.
Playing VR standing up or sitting down is so last year. Introducing the Icarus, a VR experience that allows you to truly take flight. No, but really, the new tech makes it possible for you to feel like you're flying, free-falling, or even diving deep into the ocean. The design of the Icarus allows for three-dimensional movements, creating a crazy way to enjoy the virtual reality world. Icarus apps are available for the Oculus Rift and HTC Vive, as well as Samsung Gear VR with the S6, S7, and S8 smartphone models. The Icarus game allows players to experience it alone or in multiplayer, underwater, high in the sky, outer space, or even speeding down a racetrack. It even provides a software developing kit for gaming developers. You control Icarus with its own controller that is attached to the handlebar of the gadget. All experiences can range in difficulty and can be used for entertainment, fitness, and so much more. Icarus can be shipped globally and pricing starts out at $9,200. Who needs a car nowadays?
Video games, like any other art, are a form of expression, but it has an inherently unique way of exploring that expression by being interactive. But can gaming companies go too far with political-themed games? When presenting Tom Clancy's The Division 2 at this year's E3, many speculated what political statement Ubisoft was painting with those zeros and ones. The Division 2 depicts a near-future Washington, D.C. in a state of chaos. Crumbling infrastructure, smoke rising from the Capitol building, and gangs roaming the streets armed with heavy firepower. Clearly, things aren't going well for the US government. What we know about the game's story so far is that a terrorist group manages to set off deadly toxins in major US cities. That terrorist group? A corrupt force within the US government, which causes a civil war. Definitely not politically charged. But in a recent interview with Polygon, the game's creative director, Terry Spear, claimed that the game is not a political statement. He said that Division 2, like most other games, is a simulation, not a statement. This does come on the heels of Far Cry 5, a game that had you fight against an American religious cult. Is Ubisoft directing the narrative of current events, or just presenting sides and letting players explore the conflicts freely? Not sure, but in any case, we'll be playing Division 2 from the safety of our bunker. Alright, now it's time for some fast-paced solo quickies! This past week, Games Done Quick raised $2.2 million for Doctors Without Borders, a new record for the biannually marathon charity. The mobster drum gun has been added to Fortnite, but what's even more noticeable are the giant rifts appearing all over the island. Definitely a clue for what to expect in the next season. Star Wars Battlefront 2 has added a new multiplayer mode called Hero Starfighter. It's a 4v4 and each player starts with a hero ship, but if destroyed, you spawn as a standard fighter ship. First team to lose all 4 hero ships is defeated. Some unfortunate Grand Theft Auto 5 players have been receiving messages from Rockstar that GTA6 will be coming out in 2019. But turns out a certain mod hacked the messaging system and Rockstar quickly sent out a press release to put an end to the rumors. Not funny, hackers. Not funny. think billiards is a straightforward game? Well, Adult Swim doesn't think so. Pool Panic looks like a trip, and it's coming to PC and Switch July 19th. Lastly, PUBG now has 8 million players on Xbox, and to celebrate, Microsoft is selling a 1TB Xbox One X PUBG bundle for $500. Alright, that wraps up this week in gaming, but before we go, here's a sneak peek of me playing Bullets and More on VR. Ow! Here's the boat. Oh, I was trying to reload.
Oh, I'm sorry. Guess I'm Robinson. What are you talking about?
Alright.
I was gonna get that.
Oh, he got knifed.
Stop cheating, bro.
Cheating.
So sorry.
Oh god. Come on. Oh man.
No. I never shot one bullet.
Woo!
Again. Battle Royale.
Check back here Monday to see the full playthrough of Bullets and More VR, and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on the new season of Deep Fried with Alabama Boss starting Thursday, July 12th at 11 a.m. Central, only on Ray Red's YouTube channel. I'm Montgomery Brown.